Hey, howdy everybody, and welcome back to the Streaming Sofa. Good evening, happy Tuesday to you all. I missed the weekend. I missed the weekend stream. It didn't happen, and it didn't happen for good reason. One, I got busy working on side stuff. There are other things in the works, things that are happening, things that at least one of which will be properly announced very soon. By the end of this week, as a matter of fact, it will be announced proper. Another thing that's still going to probably be a while, but make no mistake, it is happening, and it is going to debut at some point, but probably not until the first thing happens in its entirety. So, you know, you got to get things take time, and those things took my time this weekend, so I can get some actual work done. And the other part of it is convention week for my industry. It is the week of G2E, which is the Global Gaming Expo. It is the industry convention for slot games, for gambling, for all your casino needs. And as someone who works in that industry, it means that it is a very, very long week. It is a very long week, but not in the way that you typically would think it would be. It is a long week in that everything is disrupted, right? So the usual kind of like day-to-day stuff is kind of constantly upended by people coming in and out of the office, people, you know, flying in from the other offices and then coming in and saying hi and everything. All the lights are way too bright in the office than we usually have them so that we can accommodate all these other people. And then there's the show itself, which I will be attending tomorrow. So there's like half of a day out of the office, just gone, which again is not the worst thing in the world. But it is just kind of like, okay, that is now different. That is a different order of operations for how this week is supposed to go. And then at the end of the week is the company party for our studio location, because there's multiple studios spread around, and they tend to time our party out with the convention stuff because everybody's already out here. So rather than spend the money twice on flying all the appropriate people back out here at the end of the year, we just have our end of year party 4 months in advance. So it feels like it gets earlier and earlier every year. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things that you go to, you get some free food, you get some free drinks, and then you like bail out of it after like an hour and a half tops. Like it is there are some who will really ride out the whole night, and then there are people like me who don't do that with their job. There are people like me who are just kind of like, okay, I have shown my face, I have been present, we're good. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home and enjoy the rest of my evening now. You know, plan to very much do that, considering that this is a 3-day weekend coming up. Get Monday off, so yeah. So it's just a lot of just like just changes to the status quo, I guess. And I did not want to spend 6.5 hours or so getting angry at Metal Gear Solid VR missions and then using that as the lead in to a very disruptive week. I figured I would be setting myself up for failure if I did that. So I'm actually glad that I skipped streaming this weekend because I'm doing okay. I'm actually managing. I'm not like super like stressed out about this week or anything. So hooray. But yeah, there is still some work to do. We have to finish up VR missions. And we do have to kick off the next long play game, which, as I revealed last stream, is going to be Dino Crisis, a horror game, a classic retro horror game for Spooky Month. But before I get to that, yo, we got a lot more demo discs just hanging out on this computer here. And as I said last week, I want to keep doing these. At least until we get through all the PlayStation Underground stuff on the PS1 discs, which frankly, we don't have that many to go on the Underground branded stuff. As far as like the like regular releases, right? Because there were basically 4 years worth of discs, and we have seen most of them. We're going to be wrapping up year 3 tonight. So there's another 8 discs to go, just on the year's worth of PlayStation Underground. There were also other PS Underground branded releases that were like seasonal, you know. So there's like the winter jam pack. There's like the 2000 special pack thing. I'm not 100% sure what's on a lot of those discs. They may be just demos, in which case they'll be very short streams, but there could be some hidden gold on there, much as there has been on every one of these discs thus far. So we're going to keep it rolling. We are officially out of the jam-packed PlayStation September. I am at last putting that to bed. The YouTube, as the VODs go up onto YouTube, the one that's going to be marked the actual finale to that will be the conclusion of VR missions. Because I started that as part of the jam pack. I want to finish it as part of the jam pack. So as far as the VOD branding goes, like that's how that's gonna happen. But for the rest of these, like the demo disc dives will end up going into their own category of videos now, because eventually we're going to break out of the shackles of the PS1 and move into the other systems. The other systems, by which I mean basically the PS2 and the Xbox 360. I don't know what other demo discs are out there and available. There may be some. What I'm hoping for is that there are some original Xbox demo discs out there in the wild that we can get our hands on and take a look at, because I'm sure comparing the Xbox and the PS2 demo discs to each other would be kind of interesting. You know, 2 consoles operating at the same time, but under kind of like extreme stress to appear better than the other. And you know, like that was very much like the console wars. Like that was essentially the beginning of the console wars. You know, you could argue that the console wars have always been a thing since Sega got in the mix, but when people think about like the console wars themselves, I feel like that is kind of squarely in the PS2, Xbox, Wii era, and the generation just after it, the PS3, the Xbox 360, and then the Wii U, kind of. I guess kind of still the Wii for quite a bit of that. And then once we get into like the PS4 and Xbox One era, you know, we start getting out of that. We start getting into, now nobody really cares. Like the only people who really care about that shit anymore are like the diehard fans who have like this weird brand loyalty for no goddamn reason. You know, like there's, especially when it comes to like the Xbox, like if you own a PC, there's no reason to have an Xbox. You know, like that's the era we're in now. So you know, we're eventually going to run out of things to compare and contrast, but I do think comparing coverage of the PS2 versus coverage of the Xbox would be a very interesting look into that part of history. Because there was a lot of money spent on a lot of marketing, a whole lot. So I'd be interested to see how all that went down. But that is a whole other generation from now. We have tonight to look at what is remaining on the PS1. We have another month's worth at least if we do 2 discs tonight. Yeah, we're going to be good. We're going to be good. We're going to be good for a while. That's kind of one of the other reasons that I want to keep doing these demo disc dives, is because in a way it saves me having to schedule another thing. It is basically just kind of like this standing, agreement on the schedule, this standing event, this recurring thing that we just do all the time. So that anytime I may just, whether it's a Tuesday or whether I just don't feel like playing a game, we can just crack open a demo disc and go to town. So what say we do that right now? Yes, we will get out of any other yapping. Although I guess, yeah, I don't really have a lot of yapping to really talk about anyway. The only thing that I could tell you about is the bug bites I'm dealing with. Vegas got hit with like a fucking swarm of mosquitoes or something. Apparently they're called no-see-ums because everything has to be named like a fucking book for toddlers nowadays. But yeah, my legs and feet got lit up. Not as bad as some of the people that I have seen like on TikTok and stuff. Like there are people who look rough. There are people who look like they have wallpaper on their legs. Like it's bad. I'm rocking, I think 1, 2, 3, I think 5 in total of these bites. The worst ones are the ones that are, they're 2 that are right next to each other. And boy, it has been a bad time. They hurt, they are itchy. They look bad too. They're like these, they're not really like, they're not very like welty. They don't have a lot of depth on them, but they do have like a big red patch around them. It was like and unfortunately I cannot nor will not show them to you because they are all in locations that I'm just not okay with showing you. The ones that are on my upper thigh would give you too much Tony. And the other one is on my ankle, and I'm not giving you fucks that for free. So sorry, but just take my word for it. I have been dealing with some itchy legs and some bad times, but they are subsiding. As a matter of fact, the only ones that are giving me any trouble anymore are the ones that are right next to each other. And even as today has gone on, it has really, really subsided. Like even like right now, there's basically no sensation. So, recovering. But yeah, it turns out that even when you don't go outside very often, they will fucking get you in those brief moments, in those very brief moments in which you expose yourself to the elements. It will happen. It will happen. I did get terrified for a bit that I may have bed bugs. But I did a very thorough search of both this couch and my mattress, and I couldn't find anything that I could identify as evidence of that. So fingers crossed that remains the case. Also, I have not had any new bites appear in the last, like 3 or 4 days. So I've just been rocking the same set. Since the weekend, and hopefully it just stays that way, because God help me if I have anything worse than just a few errant mosquitoes that got a hold of me at some point. But we can stop, worrying about things that may or may not exist, and instead look at what's right in front of us in this very moment, which is volumes 3 and 4. Issue 3 and 4 of volume 3 of the PlayStation Underground. So let's get into it. We will say goodbye to the tunes. We are back in the chiptune era now that we're out of the PlayStation September stuff. I'm back on my usual chiptune bullshit. One, because it's just, there's more of it and it gets less repetitive. And two, maybe now my videos will stop getting fucking flagged for copyright. And I'm going to, by default, just start launching or playing these in the secondary emulator that we've been using, because it tends to just work better on these demo discs. Did I launch the right disc? I did. All right. Here we go, ladies and germs. Thank God we're back into the CG openings. All right, so we're now rendering the opposite side of this. Oh no, not Maggie.
Hey gang, welcome to issue 3.3 of PlayStation Underground.
Oh God, she's back.
A lot's been going on in the gaming world since last issue, so without any further ado, I said, without any further ado.
Sorry. Dude, quit playing GT2 and cue the monitor.
First, we were off to Rhode Island, where one lucky gamer won the PlayStation truck for his school for the day. Needless to say, it bumped him up a few notches in the popularity scale. After that, we hit the track with the gang from Polyphony Digital to burn some rubber and see what's
glad
under
we're
the
gonna
hood
get the
of
PlayStation
Gran
truck
Turismo
again.
2. It's just like the real thing.
Especially for anyone who's seen you drive. Sorry.
Now, since we teased you with a quick look at my favorite game, Jammer Lammy, last issue, we thought we'd pony up the rest of the story so you can really see what makes Lammy rock. And we want to keep you all in the know about anything new regarding the next generation of PlayStation, so be sure to stop in at Tech Q&A and see what's up. I know what you're all thinking, that's cool, but what's in the vault? Glad you asked. CD2 is pushing maximum density with game demos like NFL Blitz 2000, Omega Boost, and Tiny Tank.
Oh, there's a demo for Omega Boost. Oh, fuck yeah.
And codes to keep everyone happy. So keep on gaming and I'll see you next issue.
Okay, Maggie, we're clear. Nice outfit. Hey, did you get us any Jammer Lammy t-shirts?
No.
We almost beat Omega Boost on stream last week. Got damn close, but that game gets really fucking hard. All right, so we are on part 6 of Project Wormhole. Still looking at that shit. More bulletins. We got behind the scenes of Jammer Lammy, Gran Turismo 2, and Ape Escape. Okay. Nice, that's exciting. Oh shit, we got PlayStation Truck and the X Games. Excellent. Most excellent. Got the download station, we got some tech Q&A. Okay, yep, we're gonna keep up the teasers about whatever the new PlayStation is gonna be. I wonder if they will have started calling it the PS2 by now. And a debriefing on Jet Moto 3. All right, well, let's get Project Wormhole out of the way. Let's see how much money they spent on another fucking CG intro for this thing and then spent basically no time improving the game itself. All those lens flares. Okay, we're talking about articulation and animation today.
Come build a mini-game with us in Project Wormhole, a special PlayStation Underground series that explores some basics of game development. In Part 6 of Project Wormhole, we've added the ability to include animated enemies in our world. There are lots of different ways to animate models. Most rely on something called keyframes. It would take too much memory to store information about every possible position the model could be in, So instead, we store only a few of the most important frames. To animate a person jumping up and down, for example, there could be keyframes of the person standing, crouching down, at the top of the jump, and landing. In reality, there'll be quite a few more keyframes than that, but there will still be gaps between them that need to be filled for the motion to look smooth. A process called interpolation is used to fill in the gaps. The program looks at the 2 keyframes before and after the current frame and calculates a position part of the way between the 2.
It's also known as tweening.
The 2 most commonly used methods of animation are called vertex animation and bone animation. In vertex animation, the location of every vertex in the model is stored for each keyframe. This is easy for the program to work with, and just about anything is possible, but it uses a lot of memory, and there needs to be a separate animation for each model.
And also, basically, no one ever does that anymore.
Bones-based animation relies on an imaginary skeleton beneath the skin of the model. The animation data holds information about the joints in the skeleton, and the program knows how to move the vertices of the model around to keep them attached. It is even possible to use the same data to animate different models, as long as they have the same joint.
Boy, that sure looked a little bit like the Ally McBeal baby dance, didn't it? Almost as if that may have been like a, I don't know, a default animation state for that thing. All right, let's play it. So apparently we have, well, they said we had animated enemies this time. I don't know that I'm seeing that represented here. In fact, this looks basically indistinguishable from the last update. They still got some cheap bullshit though, just running into things that are you can't even see. It feels like the only thing they ever update on this is like just how the missiles look. The controls still do not feel great for this. It's this weird pendulum type shit. It's like the Sonic 2 special stages almost. But the Sonic 2 special stages still, oh my god. Okay, hang on. They went and made the game awesome. The game has suddenly turned into R-Type. Shit. Well, they've animated the death sequence and everything. Hey, you know what? It looked a little bit more like a video game. Ever so slightly. Any progress is progress, I suppose. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single tunnel of weird, gross polygons. All right, we'll save the bulletins for later. Let's get into the behind the scenes. Let's see if we get some actual information about Jammer Lammy this time and not some weird, like, in-character developer behind the music shit. It was such a weird... The thing we saw last week was very odd.
But I would do it like that because I want it like that. The one difference is the fact. We gotta do what?
Masaya Matsura, musician,
It's fucking transitions.
composer, star maker. It's been 2 years since the debut of Matsura-san's star protege, Parappa the Rapper. You couldn't leave the house without seeing his smiling face plastered across cities everywhere. Well, Matsura-san is about to do it again. Switching gears from the rap genre, he's producing a hot new sensation by the name of Lammy, starring in Jammer Lammy, and she's definitely gonna rock.
This is just a whole promotional
With
concert.
that kind of success, we have to ask, can lightning strike twice?
Not really is the answer.
Now, gamers and rocker wannabes alike will have the opportunity to test their licks to everything from pop rock
Although, what do I know? far as I remember, this game reviewed fairly well.
On a recent trip to Japan, Matsura-san and his crew found a moment in their hectic schedule to sit down and discuss their newest find and how using her musical talents, she can give you a glimpse into the world of rock and roll.
It just, man,
I didn't want to create
just
Parappa
didn't
the
land with
Rapper
me.
too. I wanted players to enjoy other kinds of music.
I just found the game just so much more difficult and not in a fun way.
And Lammy has other differences. In Parappa the Rapper, the teacher raps and then the player raps. Many players end up just imitating the teacher exactly. With Jammer Lammy, the teacher sings and the player plays guitar. That subtle difference gives players more freedom to experiment, let loose, and make great music.
But the gameplay is basically identical.
Another new feature is that you can play in cooperative mode with the CPU or in a competition mode against another person.
Did that make it into the final version of the game? I don't remember that being an option at all. I mean, admittedly, it's not like we really looked very hard.
That's behind these two games.
But I don't remember ever hearing about that, even that there was a two-player mode in it.
People think we must be on drugs. We don't take drugs. But there's so much pressure, I don't sleep for a week, and I get very spacey.
I mean, that has basically the same effect.
I face so many that my body is tuned to come up with something. Panic is my inspiration.
It also helps that Matsura-san has never made a traditional video game. He's not set in his ways like other developers might be. So his staff has more freedom to give him ideas they really believe in.
Why are you working in such a small window, my guy?
There's a new rock star in town, and this is one land that definitely knows her chops.
Okay. And then we iris out into her mouth, and we're clear. Well, at least we got like an actual look at the game that time as compared to last week. Like that was so strange. But yeah, it's funny because I feel like I now see a lot of times that like Jammer Lammy will end up like higher on people's lists than the original Parappa, and I can't help but feel like there's maybe, I don't know, like some like nostalgia bias there or something, where it's just kind of like, oh, it was so much better than Parappa because like you could play the guitar and you could do like more things with the guitar than you could with rapping. And it's like the game's control basically the exact same. Like there's not really any meaningful difference. And Jammer Lammy is way more demanding, like way more demanding. And also Jammer Lammy commits does a thing a lot that Parappa does in a couple of spaces, but not too aggressively, of like having 0 seconds to know like when your line is going to start, because it'll kind of alternate between whether the teacher or whatever, you know, basically sings for a full bar or a half bar, and then you have to do like it feels like the call and response setup is much less clear in Jammer Lammy than it was in Parappa. There are a couple spaces in Parappa that'll catch you, but they're, once you hear them once, you know what to do. Whereas Jammer Lammy, I don't know. I never felt like I was in control of that game. And the longer the game goes, the more like weird and untraditional the music gets, until you get to the point where, you know, because I think there's 8 stages in the game altogether, as opposed to Parappa's 6. And by the time you get to like 6 or I think it's like level like 5 or 6, by the time you get there, like the timing and the counts and the time signatures and stuff just almost turn into like suggestions. Like the worst one in that game is easily like the weird like alien aria that you provide the backup for. It's like this weird like opera piece that constantly changes tempo, time signature. It's all over the goddamn map. And when I cleared that stage, I felt that I cleared it by accident. Like it really did not feel like I had earned that one the way the game expected me to, but I didn't care because I was so annoyed with it. So maybe someday in the future I will give that game another shot. You know, maybe there was something about like being on stream or whatever that like made me not feel super great about it. But man, I just had a better time with the 2 Parappa games than I did with Jammer Lammy. Looks like a Gran Turismo 2. Whatever you dream you can do, begin it. Let's say baldness is genius.
そうですね。日本では例えばレーシングドライバーになりたいっていう夢っていうのは。
I've always loved cars. As a child, I dreamed of being a race car driver. But that's even less likely in Japan than it is in North America or Europe.
The only reason I made this game was so that I could get into the 6 driving suit.
I created Gran Turismo because I always wanted to work with cars. I didn't expect the game to sell as well as it did. It has a real driving feel and graphics very close to reality. Those things didn't really exist in the racing genre until then.
Accurate.
I made the first Gran
Look at how
Turismo
real that
for
looks.
Japan with mostly Japanese cars. I'm making Gran Turismo 2.
Photorealism on the screen. Games will never look better than this.
We're going to have about 400 cars on 20 tracks. We brought some of the cars here to test them and capture photos and sound.
I will say this about look at them holding a microphone up to the tailpipe of this Dodge.
My goal is that each user everywhere can actually drive the car that you own or want to buy, or just admire and will never be able to purchase.
I will grant them. The Gran Turismo people.
I want the owner of a car to feel that driving the car in the game is exactly like driving the car on the road.
They put in the work. They absolutely put in the work. You saw them. You saw them shoving that microphone up that tailpipe. Like they want these games to be as accurate as possible.
Today I took photographs from all angles to record details like tires, headlights, and hazard lights, so I can reproduce these cars exactly. I get the plans, performance data, and all the color samples from the manufacturer and apply them to the model. It takes about a week to make a car for the game. If there are problems, it could take a month.
Jesus. And they want to do 400 cars.
In GT1, I didn't want cars to spin when they collided so that you could keep playing the game. But gamers told me they want damage.
Yes. Yes,
GT2
goddammit.
will have an option for car damage. If you choose it and your car is hit, it will spin or become tougher to handle. But the damage will just affect how the car handles, not how it looks.
That's because the car licensors and manufacturers don't want to show anything visibly wrong with their cars ever.
Also, there will be some drag strips.
And it hurts the brand
one of the tracks.
if people know that their cars aren't indestructible. I love that they keep showing that they can't complete a turn.
We draw the course line, model it, then apply textures and landscapes. It's very valuable for us to come to Laguna Seca.
We knew from pictures how the turns here would bank, but now we can walk and drive them so we can put their exact feel in the game.
You gonna make this turn without spinning out? It's very smart. It's very smart. Put the video footage next to the gameplay footage. Compare it 1-to-1.
Factor is skill. Slowing down can be the most important thing.
Even though they very much changed the environment around
I
it.
have a driving school, and Yamauchi-san was one of my students. But I didn't know he was the producer of Gran Turismo. The things he was learning in my school, he put into the game's driving license test.
I feel betrayed by him. He used me. I was a stooge.
How to turn the corner.
I taught him racing industry secrets, and he exposed them onto his video game.
The most. Do not think of it as a video game. Drive as if you're in a real car. Drive at the highest level possible for you, and the game will teach you and raise you to a new level of enjoyment.
Yeah, let's show this footage again. That's me at my highest level right there.
Laguna Seca has a famous corner called the Corkscrew. I've known about it ever since I was a kid, but growing up in Japan, I never thought I'd see it with my own eyes. The day before yesterday, I drove around it and the whole course in a Viper. I thought to myself, this is my dream come true.
When I was a kid, I wanted a Viper so bad. I thought it was the coolest looking car I'd ever seen. And when I see it now, she's gonna be like, nah, whatever. I really don't care about cars. Like that's maybe that's more like the issue as far as Gran Turismo goes, is that I'm just not a car guy. But as always, it is fun, you know, to see like these these hyper nerds really get excited about the thing that they are working on and the opportunity to really dive in on it. And I imagine that if you're one of those people, you know, like if you are a car person and you're making a racing game that has the actual cars from real life in it, you would want it to be accurate. Like you would want them to control the way that you expect them to control in real life and stuff like that. You know, so I get it. Like I understand the passion, and I understand the drive, if you will, to put that much detail work into every part of that game. And they continue doing that. They continue doing that for every Gran Turismo up until they stopped making them. Are they still? I don't even know if they're still making Gran Turismo games. I have no idea when the last one came out. I know for sure there's one on the PS3 because it was one of the best looking things I had ever seen. I remember seeing that game running on a PS3 at like Fry's Electronics, and could not believe how good it looked. It probably looks ridiculous now, but at the time. All right, Ape Escape, what do you got? This is a very good video game.
Monkeys are
we still
on
have to
the
finish it.
They found a way to get smarter, go back in time, and change the past to rule the future. Over 200 have fanned out across time, and it's up to you to stop them from taking over. This is Ape Escape, the first game to take full advantage of the DualShock analog controller.
I'm pretty sure I did my first playthrough of this in my first year of streaming. I don't think I'd even hit year 2 by the time I played this. So it's just been sitting there waiting for us to go back and get the true ending.
For this game, we were invited to attend a development meeting for the DualShock analog controller. We were excited to see, right there on the table, prototypes with 2 analog sticks. There weren't any games that existed at the time that used both sticks, and we were so intrigued by the new opportunities. I began to think about all the fun and unique ways we could take advantage of both analog sticks. One stick could maneuver your character around a fully 3D environment, and the other is used to control the gadgets. The ideas just kept coming. There's the Stun Club and Time Net, Super Hoop, an RC car, and more vehicles too. So we picked gadgets that would take advantage of and resemble the motion of the analog sticks. For example, with the slingshot, you're required to pull back on the stick and release it, emulating the controls of a real slingshot.
Generally, it works. It works all pretty well.
Favorite gadget.
I don't remember really struggling with the controls in this game, and I don't remember critically. I don't remember
I can fly around. When you are really good,
struggling with the camera ever.
Two-step jump, and at the height of
which is shocking.
Two-step jump, you can start, activating the Sky Flyer. But if you're not so good, you can just stand and start activating that sky flyer, and you can get much higher, you would think.
But that's not all that's unique about the analog sticks. Most people don't know that you can push the stick down like a button, too. Push it down and you can sneak up on the monkeys to catch them. I also like the way the remote control car operates with the two sticks. It turned out to be even more enjoyable than we expected.
I mean, yeah, but you lose track of where that car is all the
200
goddamn
apes in the
time.
game. We gave them different personalities and a lot of subtle humor. Something fun for everyone, I hope.
That's right, every single one of them is named.
Another cool feature is the added bonus levels, like the skiing game, the ape boxing, or the monkey galaxy. We think you'll love them.
Did we do any of those?
We started developing.
I don't remember
this game, like,
any
2.5
mini
years
game
ago.
stuff
Coming up
when I
with
played
the
through this.
controls with the two sticks was the biggest challenge. We did a lot of testing, and we are surprised how we kept the original concept of the game we had at the outset, and I think it paid off.
In a way, it's kind of a bummer that no one's experimenting with that anymore. Like, I'm struggling to think of a game that did anything with the right analog stick that wasn't simply camera control. Like, when was the last time anybody was messing with that? Because I guess I'm of two minds of it, because on one hand, it's like, you know, thank God so many things have kind of become standardized at this point. You know, there's very little guesswork that goes into playing games now. As far as like the controls go, like if you played one video game, you can very quickly figure out the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. But it also means that we've kind of lost some parts of this art form, you know, like, you know, if I go back to like the camera thing, like every game now like gives you some version of camera control, and most of it is free look type stuff. But you know, we don't get like the Silent Hills anymore, you know, like, and I'm talking about like the original. I'm talking about like, we don't get, because what like that game, like that first Silent Hill game constantly shifts between like static camera that's really static in name only. Like it is a static, it is a planted camera that then, you know, like twists and turns to keep you in frame and stuff, and then transitions very seamlessly, or even just like hard cuts to like traditional like third person, and it constantly, you know, plays with that and moves back and forth with it, and at no point in that game did I ever feel like really like lost, you know, like it was always, you know, pretty straightforward to get your bearings, and you know, you just glance at the map if you really got turned around. But like those moments of, you know, like of that first Silent Hill game, like those early moments of walking through that first alleyway, and the camera is just looking at you as you round the corner, and then does like that big crazy like dive, sweep around, look in the other direction type thing, you know, like we don't get moments like that anymore, you know, like people aren't developing their games to be that kind of cinematic anymore, you know, like everybody kind of does like the Uncharted thing where we kind of, you know, we'll get some dramatic camera moves and stuff, but they're never directly tied in with the gameplay, right? It's always just kind of like, oh, a cutscene is starting and we're kind of like seamlessly blending into it, sort of a thing. But I'm having a hard time thinking of a game in recent history where like the camera is part of the character of the game's presentation, you know? And that was a thing that developers had to kind of solve for back in these days, especially before the DualShock and everything, because there wasn't camera control, you know? The N64 technically didn't really ever have that as a problem, because of like the C buttons and everything. You know, like there were more buttons on the N64 controller than there were on the PlayStation controller before the DualShock happened. So it just felt like, you know, they had to experiment more. And there are plenty of examples. There are plenty of examples of PS1 games with terrible cameras in them, and you're always fighting, you know, the POV and trying to figure out where the hell you should be going next and everything. So I'm not saying that it was perfect. Far from it. That's why I said the thing about kind of being of two minds, because yes, there were a lot of problems, but there were also some very like creative solutions, you know. And like I said with the Ape Escape thing, like I don't remember ever struggling with that camera in that game at all. Like it seemed like as far as I recall, like that camera kind of behaved of its own accord and always gave you the best look at whatever you were trying to accomplish. So, you know, I understand why we've moved away from those kinds of things, but I wish someone would lean back into it. Use the right analog stick for something that's not camera control. And that doesn't necessarily mean combat. Like, don't do like the death by degrees thing. Even though death by degrees is technically doing the same thing that Ape Escape does, but Ape Escape controls a whole lot better and feels a lot snappier than that. All right. I need a visit from the PlayStation truck so badly. All right, okay. Well, the X Games are first on the menu, so I guess we'll look at the X Games. Let's look at this young upstart by the name of Tony Hawk.
If this is what you do for work, what do you do for fun?
Pro Borders, because I'm in it.
Duke Nukem 3?
I just finished that game, Metal Gear Solid.
Played that way
Hell
too
yeah.
much.
That's probably one of the best games I've ever played on PlayStation.
I like
Correct.
Siphon Filter.
Wrong.
Sweet. No one can touch me.
Yeah, I like that game. Creeping around. You know, it's fun.
The life of an X Games Pro isn't easy. You have fans chasing you.
The stealth and siphon filter is
Lots of
abysmal.
flights to
We
catch.
discovered that.
New tricks to master. So after work, how do you blow off steam?
Lately, I've been playing a lot. The Tony Hawk Pro Skater game. It's a really fun game. It gives you a rush. Yeah, I mean, when you land something, it's like, whoa!
Even at the top, if you're a living legend like Tony Hawk, it's not always easy.
I've only broken one bone. I broke my elbow last year after 20 years.
Legendary skateboarder, man.
Pressure's
Even at
on
the
to be
time,
first with new moves.
even at the time, he was just like immediately like the hottest shit.
720, which is a double spin, and then different variations of the 540, like burial 540, sailfish, just, you know, stuff like that. A lot of spinning maneuvers.
I'm gonna guess this
How do you keep
predates the
learning to do what
900.
no human being's ever done before.
You just kind of go.
A moment I was
and see if
lucky
you
enough
can
to get
the
to
right
watch
spinning
live when it
motion down
happened.
and,
On
you know,
TV, I
you
wasn't
fall safely
there,
out of
but
most situations.
I just so happened to be at my grandma's
So you
house
just
and
keep
she
going
had
so you
cable.
have the confidence to just throw one down.
Got to watch the 900 happen in real time, which
After
was
20 years, what keeps Tony
fucking
Hawk going?
crazy.
You know, like I said, I'm just happy that I'm still getting to do it. I've just always loved the progression, and knowing that there's new stuff to learn, that's what keeps me going.
With all the pressure, how do you take a break?
Played Gran Turismo and Oddworld and Cool Borders, and my son loves Spyro.
Your son sounds
What's
cool.
my favorite? By far the skate game. I mean, even if it weren't my signature game, it'd be my favorite game.
Skateboarding and PlayStation.
Sure,
That's all
Tony,
can
whatever
buy.
you say, man.
PlayStation and the X Games. It's how some people who are paid to have fun after work.
PlayStation rips, man.
All right, now let's get one of you saying, I'm going to Disneyland. Let's get another one of you saying, do the do. The X Games were fucking massive. Like, it was such a... It's so funny, because I feel, you know, we kind of talked about this a little bit last week, too, you know, like the wrestling thing, but it really was, like... There were, like, these, like pop culture, like, movements in the 90s, you know? And I felt like wrestling and the X Games were like two of the really big ones. Like wrestling became a lot more legitimate, is maybe the wrong word for it, but it became a lot more popular and a lot more just like recognized as entertainment. So I guess legitimate is the correct word for that. And then the X Games like came in fucking swinging with just all their, you know, rad punk rock energy about them. And it was like impossible not to know about those two things. You know, like you knew something about wrestling. You knew something about the X Games. Everyone, you knew who Tony Hawk was. You knew who Sting was. You know, like you knew the two most important people in sports entertainment.
You're in the 8th grade, one of hundreds of kids. Hardly anyone knows your name. Then one night a phone call comes in. Was it real or was it a dream?
I was playing Final Fantasy VII, and then I got that call, and I told it too. I didn't believe me. I thought it was a friend telling a prank or something, because I told him I joined this and what I could win.
It's an official from Fox TV. She says that out of over 100,000 entries, you won the grand prize. Lots of cool PlayStation stuff.
What a very normal
very special
setup.
To visit your school. The PlayStation touring attraction.
Sure as hell didn't lay all those games out very specifically for that camera shot.
Games, thanks to you.
I called some of my friends and told them.
All these kids have podcasts now.
It was a Tuesday night. I was upstairs. Jason was doing his own thing, and he got the call, and he couldn't believe it. Yep, he thought it was a prank.
Donna has one of the best accents I have ever heard. He got the call.
I said, you can go out and buy that. When I got my stuff on the box,
I said, what you mean the fucking PlayStation trucks come into our home?
They said you could have scanned.
What are you talking about?
But even your most skeptical friends back off when your school principal gets a call from contest executives.
Someone called from Sony indicating that we had a national winner, and that was the first I heard of it. And you know, it was Jason Moreira that won the national contest.
All right, that's enough from the principal. He has no personality.
The big day finally unfolds in your school parking lot. Your classmates can hardly stay in their seats.
Oh God, count the bowl cuts.
TV. A PlayStation, 25 games for it.
You get more prizes.
Got to MLB 2000.
Then it's on to the truck.
Oh, good, another sports game. Thanks, Sony. They showed him earlier. That kid had Spyro and Medieval. He's not a sports game kid. That kid's like me. I'm in 8th grade. I love how basically none of them look excited.
You're in 8th grade, one of hundreds of kids. Now almost everyone knows your name. What will you remember 3 years from now?
Everything. I'll remember everything.
Fuck yeah. I hope that kid went on to do great things. that kid is probably secretly a VTuber somewhere. There's a non-zero chance that kid is also streaming tonight under the retro category. Like there is. Because if he was in 8th grade in 99, so he's only a year older than me. Maybe 2 years older than me. Because I finished 8th grade in 2001. So if this video is from 99, well, this disc is from 99, and I'm guessing the event, this whole thing must have happened within that same year. So yeah, so he's maybe like a year and a half to 2 years older than me. Yeah, I mean, he could very well be a fucking Twitch streamer. All right, we'll skip the downloads. Yeah, all right, let's... What are the whispers? What do we got?
Game developers reacting to the next generation of PlayStation? As a PlayStation Underground subscriber, you get inside access.
All we're seeing here today is the tip of the iceberg.
You're going to see a much more detailed modeling, much more detailed worlds.
A prediction for Road Rash could possibly, on the next generation PlayStation, we would go from 300 polygons for bike and rider combination to somewhere from 2,000 to 3,000 faces.
Gotta talk about the polygons. And what better series than Road Rash?
Like Toy Story on the PlayStation in real time is just, awesome.
And it's really exciting to see a home platform that's going to have even surpass the power of some of the high-end military machines that we've worked with in the past.
I don't think any of these studios exist anymore.
Computer and a game machine.
Jesus Christ, these interstitials.
Sound, the texture memory, we can bring everything together into a really cool, compelling storyline.
It'd be really cool if you would walk through a hallway and the lights would actually be carried with you like a torch, for instance.
What you're going to see is a little more randomness in the ability to control the character.
Because the game
that guy doesn't get a credit
in the shadow, so the guards can't see you. But if the guards had a torch with them, that would completely change the way you play the game.
You'll be able to get bodies swinging around, and you'll have more control. You'll be actually able to screw up a little easier, which is nice for a gamer.
We want to take you out into huge, vast regions of space with giant cruise ships and planets and space stations where you're a little tiny dot and the space station's miles and miles long.
Hell yes, I'm here for that game.
Example,
where's that one? Where'd that one come out on the PS2, huh?
Car, but you'll damage the wall and maybe repeat.
No one made a sequel to Colony Wars for the next generation of consoles, did ya?
Things that nobody's ever seen before.
Bastards! Jesus! That's so fucking loud. Holy
talk
fuck.
to each other, react. There will be like when you impact somebody up, you will see his reaction, his facial reaction.
You'll be able to interact with characters that feel like living entities with facial expressions and emotional reactions.
It's all going to behave like real life, and nobody will have had to sit down for hours and animate it.
I can't think of anything
Kind
off
of.
that we'll be able to do on the next generation PlayStation.
The roof is off.
That's a threat, motherfucker! It's coming! It's so violent. No one's safe! Anyway, here's a look at Jet Moto 3. It's fun. You'll notice no mention of the name of the console, so still did not know, or at least hadn't released that it was going to be called the PS2. And kind of the same as the last video that we saw about it, which that was, with the video with Kaz Hirai in it, where it was essentially the same exact thing, where it's just kind of talking up the hype of the potential of the system. We're still not hearing anything actually specific. We're hearing about oh yeah, there'll be more polygons. Oh yeah, the lighting will be better. Oh yeah, enemies will have more emotive reactions to things. But we're not getting games. We're not seeing footage. We're not hearing specs. We're not hearing any of that stuff. It is all very kind of pie in the sky type hype talk right now. And what's funny is that really nothing that anyone has said isn't a thing that really came to fruition. A lot of these things that they're talking about did come true. Maybe less so about the enemy, having emotional facial expressions and stuff like that. That just came down to, who was willing to do that much work. And the answer is some people. But the thing that I am waiting to see, the thing that I want to see is the video that talks about the actual PlayStation 2 hardware. I want to see the thing where now we know what this thing actually is. We know it really exists. Let's get into the specifics about it. That's the one that I'm waiting for. And it's probably not going to happen until the next year of discs. I don't expect it to be on the disc after this one. That is probably a final year of PlayStation Underground as far as the PS1 goes. There's that Mountain Dew branding. Mountain Dew all over the Jet Moto games.
Jet Moto 3 is coming. What's in it that's new? You won't have time to ask.
Okay.
You splat like a fly on a windshield. Or scream faster than ever through some of the coolest places on Earth. And beyond. We got the game's producer to tip you off in advance on what's new, so when you play, you can totally concentrate on saving your butt.
We wanted to add 3 different things. One is speed.
Oh, this guy again. Yeah. Right. Last issue, all we had was like a trailer.
Off of skill. So you would learn basic skills as you go through the environment, and then use those together.
It's one of the levels on fucking Endor.
The hard environment. And the third was we really wanted to take away all the barriers that were in 1 and 2, limiting the player where he can go and where he can't go. And this time, pretty much, if you see it, you can drive on it.
You see that boat, you can drive there.
And shortcuts as much as possible everywhere. Look for them. We also added a few new features. We added stunt mode, which everyone has been dying for.
That actually seems potentially pretty cool.
Mode, so you're gonna have to figure out how to open it. It's pretty much a point-based mode. You have a certain amount of time.
Honestly, it seems more interesting than the actual racing.
Get enough points in order to progress through 5 different stunt tracks. In order to get the really high scoring tricks, you gotta rotate on all 3 axes. We added.
It's basically the same as the skateboarding in Spyro 3.
I talked about earlier, and we added horizontal grapples where you can pretty much Tarzan swing using multiple grapples throughout the environment. It's pretty cool. You go through a total of 11 tracks. The last track, Planet X, is extremely hard. The music on Jet Moto 3 is high energy techno with different styles, loosely based on the environment.
Sure sounds like some PlayStation music, doesn't it?
Juno Reactor doing some original tunes, and Chucky D, our internal guy here, 99 Studios.
I'm pretty sure we rented this at some point. I think we rented both 2 and 3 at some point over the years.
Okay, here's a hint for the Lost City level. If you want to get through the top of the observatory, don't turbo over the sundial. Just drive over it and hop at the end. There you go.
989 Studio.
I don't think that they were necessarily like bad games. I think it was more just I never got very good at them. They just the control. I never got a grasp on how that game deals with momentum, especially when it comes to the grapple stuff, because that grapple thing is meant to kind of like help you like tether your position to like swing around to do like really like tight turns. And every time I did it, I would basically just like come to like a screeching halt, because I would take the turn, I would take the angle too sharply. And I don't think that was the intention. I think you're supposed to take it a lot wider than you think. And that was always like a real like mental block for me. And then the rest of it, all that stuff, the reason I said that like the stunt mode looked more interesting than actual racing does is because every time you are in the air in that game, it is basically a lot of like working the shoulder buttons to like rotate and pivot your bike to be facing the floor again. There's basically no auto orientation in the game. From what I remember, there isn't. So you spend just a lot of time getting used to having to rotate your bike in the air in a way that felt just like, God, there's just a lot of downtime in this racing game because you spend so much time like just like hovering. So turning that into a stunt mode instead does seem more interesting. All right, so that's all the main stuff. Let's see if there's anything new in bulletins. I doubt it. And then we will check out any codes that may exist for this. Were there any hidden codes that we missed in last week's? We saw the Medal of Honor, we saw the Farewell, we saw the Silent Hill thing. And we did see, okay, all right, good. Well, at least we did see all the stuff in it last time. Oh, hang on, we got new stuff in the threads. Are we gonna have to go through the whole goddamn list in order to get to the new things though? Oh, we're already on the watches. Okay, so maybe they have truncated some of this down. All right, we have a PlayStation backpack. Wouldn't have hated having one of those. PlayStation carrying case. I don't know if I don't know if we saw one of those. Fucking Blast OT. Just burn that. Twisted Metal, some MLB. Crash Bandicoot pullover. I'm not crazy about the layout of it. The idea is solid, but having the fucking warped logo just sitting right there in the middle of your stomach seems that's lousy placement for that. Gran Turismo jacket for $97 fucking dollars. For a nylon jacket. 97 bucks. For a jacket that's gonna like get snagged on on like your door latch or something and then just rip right open. Spyro hat, bucket hat, must have bucket hat, must have cargo shorts. We are in the 90s. Breakaway pants. Now we're fucking talking. Now we're talking. For all your flash mob needs, a thing that you don't know will exist for another 20 years or so. Maybe closer to 10. Sunglasses case, man. A 2-zipper pouch, well. Who wouldn't want an even less convenient thing to carry your stuff in? We got the mesh tanks. We got the mesh shorts. I think we are now in known territory. Oh, standby medieval strategy guide. 15 bucks, huh? I wouldn't have hated having one of those. Not that you really need it. It's not that complicated of a game, but I like that game a whole lot. So it'd be cool to just own that. Same for Tomb Raider 3. As in available, but not interested. Crash 2 guide actually would be useful because unfortunately in both Crash 2 and Warped, there are like hidden levels that you would not know how to get to. Like you basically, there's no way that you'd be able to know. Crash 2 is worse about it because there's levels where you need to get like carried off by a specific pterodactyl in order to, that is 2, isn't it? That's not Warped. I'm pretty sure that's in 2. I don't know. At some point, all the games kind of start blending together. Strategy guide for Spyro, unnecessary. For the first Spyro, fully unnecessary. You can play that game sight unseen and get everything. Wild Arms, Spyro the Dragon V-neck. Finally, something for me. At last, something for me. And a Spyro backpack. Or Lara Croft stuff. Eat, Sleep, and Lara Croft. God, it's so strange because like it's got to be a me thing at some point, right? Because Tomb Raider was so fucking popular culturally But I don't know if I ever met a kid who played the games. Maybe one time. Some Jammer Lammy teas. It's kind of wild making merch for a game that hasn't released yet. And some Parappa teas. There's actually some decent stuff in here, you know? Like, it's not all stuff that just says fucking PlayStation on it. Like, there are, if you want to represent like a specific game or whatever, you can do it. Is there anything fun in the Speak Your Mind? Nope, just more. Oh, they're doing like actual like Q&A on some of these. How do you use the downloads? I can't figure it out. Here you go, dummy. I wanted to get the PlayStation Underground magazine, but my parents won't let me have a credit card. Oh, my parents don't have a credit card. Okay, that's a little different. Is there a way you can send me a slip in the mail so I can order it? You got it. Actually, it's even better. Just put some cash in an envelope. Yeah, throw a couple 20s into an envelope and slap a stamp on it and we'll get you taken care of. Wow, so now they're just doing just straight up just like Q&A nonsense that very obviously was not written by real customers. All right. Time to investigate. Is there anything hidden on this disc? Doesn't seem like much. Oh, okay. So that's interesting. It turns out that if you use what was called the PlayStation Code Breaker, which is basically like the Game Shark type thing, but for PlayStation, there are actually codes that will work on the demos on these discs, which is kind of crazy. Unfortunately, it doesn't look there's really anything interesting on here. We have some cheats for R-Type. And that's it. That's all that's on this. At least it's all that's on this that's listed. As we discovered last week, there were some things that weren't mentioned. But yeah, that's everything on disc 1 here. So as per usual, let's take a quick look here at disc 2 to see what's going on the demo side of things and if there are any more videos hiding on there. Whoops. Wrong slider. Great. I love that we have finally gotten an update to this this presentation. All right. So we got demos for Gran Turismo 2. Demo for Omega Boost that kicks ass. Demo for Tiny Tank. Interesting. Crash Team Racing. Spyro 2. Great game. Jet Moto 3. NFL Extreme. Okay, so we're getting the Extreme game on here at least. Wow, Extreme and Blitz. So kind of like two direct competitors to each other is kind of funny. Championship Motocross. A demo for VR missions. I know. We're going to finish it. We're going to finish it. We'll get there. 20th anniversary of Pac-Man World. The Pac-Man World 2 remake actually just came out on Steam. What, like a day ago, I think? Pac-Man Repack. All right, we had a video for Thrasher Skater Destroy, which was not as good as Tony Hawk. And then just a lot of fucking sports games, huh? All right. Well, let's at least go through the videos. Show us the other skating game on PS1. Instantly looks so much worse than Tony Hawk. Instantly looks so much worse than Pro Skater. I think this is some early footage because I feel like the final release of this game did look a little bit better than this, though not by much. I love watching the draw distance on this too. Like, look at how little of the level you can see in front of you. Look at that, just skating into the void. And then a whole ass building appears. Man, oh man. Like, there's definitely like some like environment culling going on in the Tony Hawk games, but not that severe. Not that severe. Not just skating into the endless void. I don't think I realized that Thrasher was a Rockstar game. We just added to the long list of Rockstar games that I don't actually enjoy all that much. That would not inspire me to get that game. If I knew that Tony Hawk Pro Skater existed, that is not the video that would get me to buy it. All right, I guess let's look at the sports games stuff. Maybe we'll get some more ping pong balls. We never know. All right, we're getting footage of some actual football players. Yeah, let's get some diagrams of some very real plays, I'm sure.
This game will be like a real game.
Great commentary. There's the ping pong balls. We got them. Oh, we're getting a lot of them, actually.
Oh, because it's real. I mean, they get a lot of input from us players, and we involved in this game, and we just like playing.
Yeah, just cut these guys off mid-sentence. Who cares?
First down.
I love this because it was probably a logistical pain in the ass to get all of these dudes like together for these shoots, and then you end up using a second and a half of footage of them. Video production is simultaneously one of the most exciting things in the world and a humongous waste of time and energy. like the only way to make something short and impactful is to shoot so much more footage than you think. And you get better at it over the years. You know, you get better at filming exactly what you need and knowing what you need before you go in. You should always do your pre-production work, like always either storyboard everything out or make a shot list, whichever you like. I do a shot list. Like I can't, like storyboards, as someone who has a very difficult, I've talked about this before, someone who has a very difficult time translating what's in my brain onto a piece of paper. I find storyboarding pointless. Instead, what I do is I will make a shot list that describes the angle of the shot, the subject of the shot, and then a brief description of the action of that shot. And that has served me very well. You should always do like that kind of work so that you're not wasting anyone's time. You don't waste your time. You don't waste your talent's time critically, because that's very important. And it prevents you from then filming a lot of stuff that you don't need eventually. That being said, you still need to film all of those things, and probably more of it than you think, because editing things down, like, you know, you need a little bit more at the beginning and a little bit more at the end than you might anticipate, because if you try to like if you try to film exactly what you need every time, you're going to fail and you're going to end up with a very choppy edit, because you're going to not have enough things that you need for like coverage on stuff. And doing that like through college and then doing various video projects over the years, like it is imperative that you get better at that and better at that and better at that. Film more than you think, but plan everything you want to film in the first place. Like I cannot say like how important, I cannot probably express like how important that is. All right, let's look at this hockey game. Are we gonna get some ping pong players on a hockey stick? Put a ping pong ball in a puck. We're blending all the sports into one. Hockey, of course, is the best sport. Second only to the Summer Olympics.
Let's say it's our left winger. This is our defenseman, left defense, and this is our right defense.
The camera flash! We gotta capture this moment. This is really important.
Color commentator for 989 Sports, NHL Face-Off 2000.
Oh, man. They didn't even bother getting any players for that. Amazing. All right, everybody, grit your teeth. Here we fucking go. It's time for another look at fucking wrestling game. I'm sure there's gonna be some more goddamn dirtbags in here. Great start. Great start. Just a spinning Goldberg. I don't even recognize the name Big Papa Pump. Who the fuck is that? I recognize the name DDT. All right, I got Macho Man. Who the fuck is Big Papa Pump? Oh, man. And, of course, there's Sting. Booker T. I mean, not that this looks very good, but I do like that you're seeing them fight in like all like these like fucked up locations of like, we're in the bathroom, we're in the parking lot, we're in all these crazy places. Wow, that was okay. All right. Pretty cut and dry. Pretty cut and dry. Apparently Big Papa Pump is Scott Steiner. Okay. I mean, they change personas so often, or they did. I guess it doesn't happen as often anymore, but good to know. Once again, nothing very interesting on here. We have some codes for 3 Extreme. So, you know, use code GenePool to unlock all the characters. And then we also get whoops. Some codes for Siphon Filter. The all levels code is definitely a code that I used growing up because well, you guys saw it. That ended up being a backlog game. That was a backlog clear on its own. Never beat that game in its entirety until Christmas of last year. Well, there you have it. That is PlayStation Underground 3.3. Some fun stuff on there, a little lacking. But we got one more to go, so let's not waste a whole lot of time getting there, yes? So we're gonna get like the Christmas edition now, right? Which I imagine this should be. I imagine that these were numbered and released like in the calendar year. This doesn't seem like a financial year type of publication. So if this is in fact the Christmas edition, I'm hoping there's gonna be like a lot of shit on here because they would want to pump people up. Get kids all hyped up on digital sugar for the games they wanted. Mommy, please, please, please. I'm just gonna look up cheats now to see. All right, well, not getting search results right away, which has me nervous. There it is. Nothing. Oh, no, hang on. Okay, there we go. Man, no, still just codes. Apparently there's a code for Suikoden 2 and Trick and Snowboarding and then something for Croc 2. Okay, hang on. This is, that's the wrong issue. All right, well, I wonder if they got like complaints about people getting like annoyed about like things, or if they just ran out of stuff. That's entirely possible. They just ran out of things to put on the discs. Let's just feature everything. Just put everything for realsies like on the discs that you can access instead of hiding it behind other things. But hopefully it's going to make up for it in just raw content. So let's check out our second disc of the evening. It's Volume 3, Issue 4, PlayStation Underground. And maybe the volume mixing will be better on this one, but I'm not holding my breath. Picking up the animation right from where it left off. All right, okay, good. All right, it is the Christmas edition. We're gonna get more Jammer Lammy.
Hey, welcome to another fun-filled and action-packed issue of the PlayStation Underground CD magazine.
Goodness me.
Maggie, what's with the outfit?
What? It's our holiday issue. I just thought I'd wear something a little more festive.
Oh, I see. And here I thought you were planning a pre-dawn raid on the citizens of Whoville.
Whatever, Ebenezer. Just because I'm the only one around here with any holiday spirit.
Fine. Continue, please.
As I was saying, we've been doing tons of globetrotting to pack a lot into issue 3.4. First, we headed back to Japan for the official unveiling of the next generation of PlayStation.
All right!
You're finally gonna get a chance to see what this incredible hardware can do.
Good!
Then we took a bite out of the Big Apple with Jammer Lammy's band Milk Can at their premiere party at the famous New York club, the Roxy.
I did not realize there was that much marketing money behind Jammer Lammy.
The creators of CTR, Crash Team Racing, and Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage.
Okay,
Wait
all
till
right.
you see how these guys spend their free time. What holiday would be complete for any gamer without some new games for their library? So stop by the vault and sample some hot new demos before filling out your wish list.
Some more goddamn wrestling.
Yeah, we've added a few new features and
An Armament
surprises to
Air
this
Attack,
issue.
I think.
So check it out.
Oh, you mean like your nifty new outfit?
Did I mention that I'm your secret Santa this year?
What? It's just a little joke.
Yeah, very little.
Her model is terrifying. Oh, God damn it. This game's audio, these discs audios are all over the map. Maggie's model is terrifying, but credit where it's due. Her facial animation is actually pretty expressive. Like I feel like they actually did a really solid job on that. All right. We have the finale of Project Wormhole. Fucking finally. Never have to see this thing again. Insider info, as advertised, behind the scenes of CTR and Spyro 2. Some Tokyo Game Show. I can't believe that they named it Tokyo Game Show and didn't just put PlayStation 2 on there. Oh, okay. We got some. We're gonna get some behind the scenes look at some CG. All right, some behind the scenes on Tomba 2 specifically. Very nice. Okay, all right. They did put the PS2 on its own thing. Well, fuck it. Let's start it with a showstopper. Keep in mind, the games will look better than this. It's super compressed to fit on this disc. For God's sakes, please believe me, it will be better. Sony with their weird... Not even Sony, just Japanese companies with their weird... how they present their
What's 10 times
stuff.
more powerful than any console out there now? What plays DVD movies? And what works with your current PlayStation games and lets you use your existing controller, memory card, and other licensed Sony peripherals? If you haven't heard by now, it's PlayStation 2 coming to North America in the fall of 2000. How's it changing games? We sent a team to Japan for a closer look. Keep in mind that we're giving you sneak previews of games that are very early in development. This game is called Bouncer from Square. It's not a rendered CG movie, it's someone playing in real time.
Yeah, this is a good
The PS2
example
is able
of
to
what
crunch
the
millions of numbers
PS2
and
would be
render all
capable
these
of.
details on the fly.
Then this kind of weird and clunky
Check out the
beat 'em
fire
up from
and the spraying
Squaresoft.
water. They're made up of thousands of particles. Never before could so many particles be on screen at once, offering a new level of realism.
Gotta show
This is
Tekken.
Namco's Tekken Tag Tournament. The
Yeah,
models are more
Tekken
complex
Tag.
than ever before. The blades of grass can move individually in the wind.
I thought Tekken Tag
Watch how the
was
light moves across the
extremely
stone. You can't do
graphically
this without
impressive at the
substantial computing
time.
power.
That's funny because you look
In
at it
Dark
now and it
Cloud,
does
an
not
RPG
look
from
that
Sony
good.
Computer Entertainment, hair and cloth can move subtly. The main character builds a village on the fly. All kinds of new gameplay
That is not
are
what the
possible.
game looks like. That is not what the game ended up looking like.
In A-Train from Art Dance,
It doesn't look that
you build
far off,
cities
but
and
that
then
was
manage the
but
railroad
that was some
systems.
bull shots right there.
PlayStation 2 gives the 6th version of the game the fastest action ever, with more trains and full 3D for the first time.
Also trains,
New DualShock
baby!
2 analog controller comes with the PlayStation 2, and it does something really cool. It registers not just which button you push, but how hard you push it, to 256 levels of pressure sensitivity. In Gran Turismo 2000,
The
that
pressure
means more sensitive
sensitive
acceleration and
buttons
braking.
were
You can push the
cool.
edge of the car's performance with greater precision. The controller also affects games like the new Ninja Gaiden title coming from Tecmo.
If you press lightly, the ninja throws his star short. If you press hard, he throws it far. How hard do you want to punch? How high do you want to jump?
This
I just
game
love all the new
that they're
control
talking
the
about
DualShock
does not
2 allows.
exist.
We switch now to the battlefields
There
of
is no
16th
Ninja
century
Gaiden on
Japan.
PS2.
It's Kessen from Koei. The East
And
takes on the West in
then
a
it became
historic
Ninja
struggle
Gaiden on
for
the
fate of
Xbox.
country. You control as many as 200 troops on screen at one time. The game's producer explains what's happening.
We use what we call agent technology. When you move a group, it's meant
The PS2 comes out and the guys at Koei envision 1,000 identical games.
members are aware of each other and act individually, adjusting to what others are doing around them. The result is very lifelike.
Give
The new
birth to an
console also makes it
entire
possible for
genre
characters
of
to
game
express
right here.
emotion. I've dreamed of this for 20 years, that the power of games could be combined with the grand sweep and emotion of movies.
I mean, Kessen is more strategy than straight up like Musu, like
Hundreds of companies worldwide
Dynasty
sign on to
Warriors
explore
games would
technical
be,
and creative
but-
power that no one's ever had before.
but here's where
We
it
can't predict
started.
what games will look like, but we can commit to helping you as a PlayStation Underground subscriber try them first. It's not a bad way to be starting a new century.
It's so funny because all of that bouncer footage was BS, and the Dark Cloud stuff was BS, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the other stuff that we saw there was all just like pre-rendered, like previs stuff, not actual, not the actual finished product. All right, Project Wormhole, what do you got? Where did you end up landing? I swear to God, this demo, this final gameplay demo of this is going to be identical to the rest of them. Oh, making a good level.
Welcome to Part 7 of Project Wormhole. In this issue, we've added an editor, enabling you to design, build, and play your own levels. In just about any game project, there will be a lot of work that needs to be done that will never be seen by the players of the game.
We got bored of doing this and decided
created somehow,
let's just make the people at home make the game.
One of the most commonly created tools is a level editor. The level editor we created for Wormhole runs on the PlayStation, making it easy to see what the level you are working on will play like in the game. This also makes it possible for anyone with a PlayStation to make levels, so give it a try. It isn't easy to make a good level, so here are a few pieces of advice. The editor has a lot of different controls, so look over the control screens carefully before you start. It may be helpful to write some of them down, or go to www.playstation.com/wormhole for a more detailed description.
I love just all.
Don't try to put too many enemies or obstacles in one place.
Just
Not only is this
admitting
hard to
like
survive
all of
in the
their
game,
failure.
but it can also cause the program to slow down.
Oh, well, let's break this shit.
Be careful with sharp turns. It is hard to see around a sharp corner, and if there are any obstacles right after the sharp corner, the level might be too hard. Remember to put in health and ammo, but not too much. You'll probably need to test play your level a few times before you find the right balance.
These are all things that happen.
Save your work often. Nothing is worse than working on something for hours only to lose it all when the power goes out.
Is that what I look like? What? What? I want to play that game. All right, if we just play our level before designing one. Okay, so it's, yeah. So, hey, guess what, guys? Yeah, only gloves and socks. So basically dressed the exact opposite as I am right now. Hey guys, guess what? It's exactly the fucking same. It's exactly the same. Is it going even slower than before? Did they slow this down a little bit, maybe? They fully gave up. They gave up like 3 issues ago. Like, this has not seen any visual changes whatsoever. The gameplay is exactly the same. The controls are still the weird pendulum swing thing. Well, Project Wormhole, you were a thing that definitely existed. What does it say in the next issue? Next issue, we're done.
Next issue is the last installment of Wormhole, and we'll finally put all the pieces together into a finished product.
Oh, we are going to do
Thanks
one
for
more?
all of your great suggestions. Wormhole couldn't have been such a success without all of your help. If you have made a level that you think belongs in the finished game, check out www.playstation.com/wormhole for information on how to submit it.
If you know how to finish our game for us, please, PlayStation.com/wormhole. I wonder if there will actually be a wormhole representation on the next issue, or if they just kind of abandon it. I wouldn't blame them. On one hand, it's obviously very cool to get kind of like an inside step-by-step look at the development of a game, to really kind of like, you know, like help people kind of like wrap their heads around the idea of like what goes into it. It's so unfortunate that it happened to be this game, this, you know, quote unquote game. Like this is the thing that they did that on, because it's just not, it's not very representative, right? Like it doesn't actually show the progress that you think it's going to show, given the different steps of development that they're covering. And now here we're at the finale, and it looks the exact same as it did in the last 3 issues. You know, so it doesn't really inspire a lot of confidence and like the, well, I guess, I mean, they say a lot of work went into it, but I guess you can't really see it. I apologize if the audio of this stream is all over the fucking map. I'm having to ride this slider back and forth 1,000 times to try to get it into a place where things make sense. Something else that I've noticed is I think my streams are a little bit quiet. Not so bad. Like I think they're fully listenable. but I'm trying to kind of like split the difference between like how quiet the game audio gets at times. But that also makes it sound a lot louder in my ears. So I'm trying to trust the audio monitor. I'm trying to trust the lines, but I'm also trying to trust my ears, and they're competing. All right, CTR, how'd they make you?
How do you kick butt as a kart racer? CTR, or Crash Team Racing, has been called by at least one reviewer the best kart game ever.
We went
Now
on to a
gives you
mini
even
Grand
more ways
Prix
to
and
take
we
on your
shoved a
friends.
microphone up the tailpipe of one of the carts.
We asked the developers at Naughty Dog to show us why it's great, how to get the most out of it.
We're
and how you can
basically
get
the same as
inside
Gran
edge to leave your
Turismo,
friends in the dust.
but with more
When we
animals.
caught up with them, they were trying to kick each other's butts at a nearby track.
Also, these videos, like, audio is lower than the menu stuff is, so. So I was making a joke, but they did literally go to a mini Grand Prix. They literally went
at Naughty Dog are huge
and did
fans
go-karts.
of the kart racing genre. We're also extremely into multiplayer games, and we really wanted to bring the two of them to the PlayStation. And in America, this is the first time actually.
Jason
that it's
Rubin's
really
still
been
in the
done,
industry?
for the PlayStation. So far, the press has been extremely enthusiastic about the game. I think one of the things that they're most excited about, besides the technology and the fact that the engine is so beautiful and so clean and crisp, is the fact that there are so many options. You can either do arcade mode, which is just get in and race against other cars, and you can do that 1 or 2 player. You can go versus mode, 1, 2, 3, or 4 player. So you can
Okay,
play
eventually he
against
went
your
to
friends with a
THQ.
multi-cap. You can go time trial mode, which is just you and the course in your best time.
Oh,
There's a relic race, which allows you to
boo-earns!
race.
This dude is currently working as the vice president of metaverse content for Facebook. Jason, how far you have fallen from grace.
Around the course, and there are time boxes set out that you can hit that kind of freeze the clock for a little bit of time, so it's a little bit more strategy. There's an adventure mode where you collect gems, you collect trophies, you collect the things that Crash games are famous for giving you, and go for that 100%. And then also there's a battle mode, which is kind of a totally different take on the racing, and you can go in with 1, 2, 3, or 4 players, and basically there's no finish line. There's just missiles, rockets, shields. It's a match to the last man standing.
A whole new take.
There for teams.
Definitely not a thing that was
3-on-1.
1000% in Mario Kart 64.
These two guys designed the torturous tracks that are going to challenge
Come
you.
on, man. We know what
We
you're
asked them what
chasing
will
after.
stand
We
out
know
and how
you're
you can
chasing
get
the
an edge.
hype. It's okay to admit it.
I'm really proud about the big air. I think that the vertical gameplay in this racing game is something we've never seen before in any game, and the idea of the hang time meter and trying to get big jumps and trying to get big air so that you land and you get the big turbos. That we've seen people, they're just very addicted to trying to find places within the track that they can get larger jumps.
I talked about this last week.
Was giving each track a specific theme. In the sewer round, there's a half pipe that you race in, going up and down on the turns and sort of catching air on the lips of the pipe. And then another themed level we have is the castle level, where essentially all of the turns are 90 degrees. So it's a lot of right angles that you have to navigate very quickly and sharply.
A lot of racing games really are about soft control, and you have to just like work really hard just to stay on the track. And we decided early on that we were going to give the player very tight control, and then within that, make the gameplay complicated so that you had to choose good lines and you had to avoid the obstacles and really work hard to maximize your lap time.
We've got a pretty sophisticated turbo system where the player can achieve turbos through at least 4 different ways. Through a combination of using all 4 types of those turbos, you can, on some tracks, almost be in a constant turbo for an entire lap.
I am not that much of a fan of the turbo system in that game. I will say.
You've got to hit the tops of the whoop-de-doos. You'll see like a bunch of bumps coming in a row in order to really get off those. If you hit the back side of one, you're coming in, boom. You aren't moving forward anymore because you like slam into the back of it. So if you hit it, if you can nail the top of it, you come in and you'll like go over the top.
Something really cool about this game is that you can play with friends and select from more than 12 characters, including the bad guys. And there's a new bad guy, Enoxide. Here's where he came from.
As we were building the space round, it just
We needed
clicked.
to fill
Everything
out
fell
the
into place.
character
Why not
roster.
an alien?
Jason had the idea of 4 legs.
We needed to have
Japanese producers
2
had
more
the
playable
idea of the
characters
very
than
racer
was in Mario
helmet-like
Kart.
design. Several American producers had the feedback of the dreads coming out of the sides of the helmet. It was a very good mix of all the input.
Before we left, we found out that the Naughty Dog developers created an exclusive download for subscribers like you.
As a special thank you to PlayStation Underground viewers for all your years of playing Crash games. We have on this PlayStation Underground
not directly
a
into the
secret
camera,
character
Jason.
That can be unlocked.
Not straight into the
only
camera,
with
Jason.
PlayStation Underground.
God, no wonder you work for Facebook now. You basically look like just one of the clones they made on the way to making Zuckerberg.
Play it, tease your friends.
Tease your friends? Tease your friends? What could you possibly tease your friends about?
Well, you know, I'm not very good at my own game, so I had to throw
I'm pretty sure that the Mini Grand Prix actively
it's no ordinary racing game, but the chance to take your
warns
friends
against
on
that
an
kind of
ultimate battle
behavior.
on wheels. Good luck kicking butt.
I'm pretty sure no slamming the other cars is like explicitly one of the rules. I guess it's the 90s, so you don't care. It's cool to potentially hurt your coworkers for a video shoot. All right, Spyro parentheses 2 Ripto's Rage. Why is it in parentheses? There's so many parentheticals on this screen. This is a great game. All 3 Spyro games are great.
It's called Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage.
They made so
But
many
don't expect your
like
standard sequel to Spyro the Dragon. This is completely different and way more challenging.
Like immediately
Here's what the
so many
developers at
like
Insomniac
good
Games
like
showed
quality of
PlayStation
life
Underground in
improvements
an
to this
exclusive
game
tour.
from the first one.
For Spyro 2, we really kind of threw away all the rules and we learned that it's okay to be crazy. Spyro 1 was all about collecting objects. Spyro 2 is all about completion.
It's I mean it's still about collecting objects.
Put my friend back together.
Don't get it twisted.
So in every level, whereas in Spyro 1 you just did the same thing, in Spyro 2 you're now doing at least 3 very different things from each other.
We have what we call talisman challenges and orb challenges. The talisman challenges are more straightforward. They are required to complete a level. Orb challenges are more difficult. They're off the main path, and they're something that the hardcore players can really sink their teeth into.
The flight levels in this game are significantly harder than they are in the first one.
From the giant lizard.
Oh, look at Mark Cerny entering his casual hair era.
Need 10 or 15 tries.
They all have that kind of addictive quality where it's, okay, just one more try and I'll get it. These challenges give Spyro 2 a much greater depth and creates more variety than Spyro 1 ever had.
The game has so many new features that we asked team members to pick out their favorites.
I really like how Spyro can swim now. The
Yeah,
way he
it's a
dives
sequel,
down,
so Spyro can
it's
swim.
Very natural, and I love it that there is no breathing gauge or anything like that. You can just keep down there and enjoy the
Take that,
the
Mario.
ambiance. And I love it how he can just shoot out of the water.
Just a little, you know.
We also have Super Shot.
That's the video game developer
which is
equivalent
the
of a
targeting
subtweet.
mechanic that Spyro uses in the game. He gets it through power-ups, and it's great. It's like having a shoot-'em-up type game in Spyro.
Our character can swim, and he doesn't have a breath meter. He can swim for as long as he wants to.
This game has over 100 brand new characters so that players will feel like they've entered a brand new world.
The game does have a lot of personality to it.
I love the hockey. The ice skating, hockey. Just,
You're
it's just kind of a
crazy,
novel feel.
lady.
I always put hockey in the game. And it works.
This sequence is one of the most annoying, one of the most annoying side quests in the entire game.
And play they did. To take a
And
break,
of course
artists took
they
on
went and played
programs
fucking
game
hockey.
Ball.
Yeah, with their shoes on the ice, like you do. They really are just out here in their fucking tennis shoes. Tennis shoes and flip-flops. This is... What is up? What is with these fucking game companies putting all of their employees in mortal danger?
There's a lot of courtesy. Everybody's very courteous to everybody else. There's a lot of respect here. And it's very refreshing.
Oh, thank you for providing me with the screenshot
On the
thumbnail
ice, the
for
group
this
found out that
video.
sitting in a computer for months takes a toll on athletic performance.
Okay, this is where you want to hit it in. We want to hit it in. We're trying. I know.
Some of these falls have looked really, really bad. Jesus Christ. It's just...
The game turned out to be a tie, with only a little bloodshed. We had a couple final questions for the team. Is one of them most like Spyro?
Look at how shitty Sparks looks in that early version.
Chuck. He is so positive about everything. And no matter what you say to him, he just keeps coming back for more. In case you're wondering, I'm Chuck, and...
and people can't stand me.
And talk amongst yourselves. So thank you. Good night.
Is there a team member most like Ripto?
Oh, Chuck.
Well, I'd say everybody has their moments of being like Ripto, certainly myself included.
I would say Oliver Wade.
Oliver. He was sort of designed based on me.
I
guess a lot of the
love
designs
this.
that I do look like me anyway.
Coworkers
Just put a lot of yourself into them.
passive aggressively talk shit about
wanted,
their other coworkers.
Someone with a real fiery temper.
I hate dragons.
Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. It's a whole new gameplay experience as fresh and surprising as the people who made it.
Feel my wrath. No.
I gave 3 coworkers permanent hip injuries for a laugh, just because I could. Well, I'm glad they had fun. It's a great game. It is an excellent game. I really hope no one was horribly injured in making the advertisement for it. Wow, we got a lot of stuff on this disc. Man, this is making up for the first... Honestly, it's making it for the last 3 discs, truly. All right, Tokyo Game Show, what are you rocking? More PS2 stuff, maybe? Perchance?
If you think you've seen it all in video games, you probably haven't been here yet. In North America,
Well, how many
there are over
90s kids are going to
650
Tokyo?
PlayStation titles. But in Japan, a larger percentage of
Classist.
the population plays video games, and they support over 2,000 titles. That means that there are all types of games you probably haven't seen.
Again, like compare this footage to like the footage we saw of TGS like a year ago. And like we are entering the era now of just like this is becoming like an industry now, right? Like obviously like the Super Nintendo and the Genesis and everything, you know, we're big and meaningful, you know, famously like the NES kind of like saved the video game market. But now we are entering this era where like the PS1, the N64, and now the next generation of consoles are right on the horizon, and video games have like taken off now into this whole new world of entertainment possibilities. You know, they put a DVD player in the PS2, you know, like there was a CD player in the PS1. Like we are kind of evolving, and with that look at how many fucking people are now, oh, let's go check out that, let's go to this video game thing, you know, I want to see what's coming out next from the PlayStation guys.
Before. Here are just a few of them for you to check out. Interactive dramas are like soap operas on your PlayStation. You don't drive the characters, you just watch and make the occasional choice and then reach for your hanky.
This is a weird game to start off with.
Parappa the Rapper started a craze. There's a whole new genre called rhythm action games with more titles than you can shake a stick at.
Take that, Rock Band.
Or whatever else you're into shaking.
There's the at-home dance pad, the one I had.
Entertain the people around you with this. It's called Car Hop Dancing. A PlayStation game helps you get your moves together.
Oh man, I'm pretty sure there are more than one game
custom decals.
about
this game lets you race and win money to pay for
lowrider
designs,
hydraulic presentation. Did that become Big Mother Truckers?
Is there a title that you'd like to see imported?
Whoa!
Contact the PlayStation Imports department at these addresses and put imports on the subject line. As a subscriber, we'll keep it connected with the far corners of the PlayStation world.
They really did not show a whole hell of a lot, did they? It's making me realize that I have no idea what the PS2 launch library looked like. I imagine when we get into the next round of discs, we'll probably hear more about that. Because I do not know what that system launched with, which is usually the thing that like makes or breaks the system, you know?
She may seem shy at first, but that didn't stop her from becoming a headliner at New York's world-famous Roxy nightclub, with her band Milk Can led by Masaya Matsura. She's got groupies, she's got swag. She's starring in a video game and getting great press.
It is a very, very fun and addicting and awesome game. It's a perfect sequel to Parappa Rapper.
Lammy rocks!
You gotta get Kaz in there.
Here are highlights of her concert premiere.
No idea that there was this much promotion behind it. How long could this concert have possibly been? There's no way they did all the songs from the fucking game. Like, this song is in the game. But I'm sure they didn't do the song about the nursery run by a caterpillar. Like, they didn't. There's no shot. Oh God! The editing is starting to make me feel like legitimately nauseous.
Racing expensive motorcycles doesn't do her in first.
Which honestly, accurate for how that game made me feel. It is so manic. I guess Parappa must have been like a bigger hit than I thought, and people really lost their minds about the idea of a sequel to it. All right, so this is like the one thing that they didn't spoil in the intro for this. So I'm curious what this is gonna entail here.
If you could have any sort of cool 3D object on your PlayStation made to order, what would it be? A car of your own design? A robot? A weapon? Something else?
Well, I wouldn't download a car.
You might be able to see your idea turned into a full 3D object that you can rotate using your controller. This is for an upcoming feature called CG Design, or Computer Graphic Design. We'll choose some subscriber ideas and model them to show you how it's done. Just send us a sketch of what you'd like to see or a written description. Choose anything 3D except a human character, which takes a very long time to model. If your idea is chosen, you'll get a PlayStation Underground t-shirt as well as 15 minutes of fame when your name appears in the magazine. Check the rules for submitting, and good luck.
Draw absolutely anything you want, unless it's a human being. Which famously take forever to design. Even though there's absolutely, you could have just slapped a fucking like default asset. Wow, all the disclaimers are taking longer than the actual information part was. Some hard fucking music for understanding that by sending in your submission, you acknowledge and agree that SEA or its affiliates may be independently developing now or in the future material that resembles yours. I love a good hard cut to black, even if it's from a wall of text. Oh yeah. I forgot we're getting Tomba 2 stuff on here too. Yeah. I'm curious what this is gonna be. Pointless commentary, useless commentary. Oh, what's this?
Have you ever had days where you felt a little too small for the task?
Fucking watch
and the
it,
world
idiot.
Seems like it could be run by evil pigs in hiding? Your best response just might be a big sense of humor, a lot of attitude, and a big head of day-glow pink hair. That's the world of Tomba, a defiant jungle boy and a platform adventure that wowed the reviewers last year with great gameplay. And now its famous designer, Takura Fujiwara, has come back with Tomba 2, The Evil Swine Return.
It's a good game.
I believe in always trying things I've never done before. Tomba is humorous and warm-hearted, a complete opposite of games I've designed in my past like Resident Evil and Ghost and Goblins.
Remaster, this is right around the corner.
The original Tomba won praise from many reviewers for delivering the pure fun of classic 2D side-scrollers modified with some 3D elements. Tomba 2 takes this concept into full 3D with a twist.
There are a lot of free-roaming games out there, but some have forgotten the real essence of gameplay, which the best 2D games have. In Tomba 2, there's a linear path down which the character moves, so gameplay is more exact and challenging.
Shot across the bow
Yet it
at
takes place
every
in a
3D platformer.
world, so we can move the camera all over. It's the best of 2D and 3D together. Another way the Tomba series is different is the event system.
This game is so
Many
involved.
other games have action from beginning to end with just one way through. Tomba has some mandatory events, but others are optional. You bump into them as you go. They surprise you. You can solve them in your own unique style, so everybody plays a slightly different game.
There are many other new features in Tomba 2 to check out. You get new weapons like hammers, an ice boomerang, and more.
They're calling it the event system, but basically what it means is that there's like
bosses,
a thousand quests
like this flying
in the game.
The game, said one critic, proves once and again that Fujiwara-san is the master of creating a feeling of tight control.
They're all basically like puzzles to solve in some way or another. Whether it's through collecting items or platforming or defeating enemies or whatever.
He's been designing games for
It's
10
really
years,
cool, but it's
including
kind of
classics like
overwhelming
Mega
too.
Man, Bionic Commando, Street Fighter, and Breath of Fire. What's changed about designing a game?
I still make games the same way, basically. But
Why
10
are all
years
these
ago, one
offices
person could make
locked
a game.
in by
Now you need a
airplane
team,
bathroom
even just
doors?
To plan a game concept. More than 20 people are working on Tomba 2. It's been challenging. Our office even has nap rooms and showers on site for all-nighters.
Oh,
But
God.
I'm happy to say we're on schedule.
After 10 years, one of the world's experts at scaring people is becoming an expert at making them laugh.
God.
It's a new role that he likes.
It's so dire.
People always
It's
ask
so
how I came
dire.
up with Tomba. I wanted a character everyone could identify with. When you're a kid, you're a smart aleck, but you're also completely innocent. That's who Tomba is, and I think there's some Tomba in all of us.
Let's hope that there's Tomba wigs in the threads section. All right, this was a solid disc. There was some good stuff on here. Unfortunately, we're kind of out of stuff. Here's a code for a Trickin' Snowboarder. Apparently, you can play as Leon. All right, let's look
Hey
at.
gang, since you have to get your holiday shopping done anyway, don't forget to drop by the Threads area and pick up some new stuff, like this Gran Turismo 2 watch or this Jammer Lemmy signature tee. Happy holidays, and I'll see you next issue.
Huh? Wow, they really I guess they're really trying to push the merch. All right, were there any codes that we did not get? Nope. Nothing. So as an accessories, next transmission, blah 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 blah. There's what am I doing? Like why bother? We know there's not going to be anything new in any of these. I love that they're doing Q&A now. Like just to make it like that much more obvious that these were not written by real people. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, that's everything that's on this disc. So let's we'll take one final moment here to see what was on the demos disc, or the vault disc, I guess they called it. And see what sort of sneak peeky things we might get a look at here in preparation for the holiday season. Oh, all right, we got new animation. That's fun, at least. Is it gonna be a bomb? I guess they couldn't write an ending for that. Okay, so we got a demo for Tomba 2. Dino Crisis, as if to taunt me. I love that we have demos for both VR missions and Dino Crisis, the two games bookending this stream. Disney's Tarzan is on here. We finally got a Disney game represented on the demo discs. That kind of took a while, didn't it? All right, we have a demo for the games that were only videos last week, so that's pretty cool. Including a demo for Thrasher. Man, the Arma games. All right, Grandia for finally some RPG representation on here. More football. You just gotta have more football. Gotta have more Tomb Raider. All right, we got videos for Twisted Metal 4, NBA Shootout 2000, and Hot Shots Golf 2. I actually just started playing a bit of Everybody's Golf Hot Shots, whatever the new one is. I have not played very much of it. I actually did play some Hot Shots 2 on the PS1 back in the day. I definitely played a demo for it quite a bit. They're fun. I actually like golf games quite a bit. My favorites are the GameCube era Tiger Woods games. Like, what is it? It's like 2003 through 2006, I think. Those are all incredible. They're truly the best golf games, period. And everyone is now just chasing after that high, and they cannot nail it. They cannot make it happen. But I do like dipping my toe into a golf game every now and again. There is something just very like relaxing and kind of zen about it. And the Hot Shots games are fun for that kind of a thing, especially if you want to like a more like arcadey thing. Like that's very much what Hot Shots is all about. All right, Twisted Metal 4, what do you got? Probably a lot of loud noises. And rock and roll.
989 Studios.
And maybe some FMV? Okay, left ear. There we go. I did notice, by the way, that there was an imports option on the menu, so we will check that out too. I didn't see an imports thing on the previous disc. This is some very intense music for what does not seem like very intense gameplay. Like it looks kind of slow. It kind of. Yeah, and then just a wall of text. That's what people come to Twisted Metal for. Hang on, that song took a hard right turn into ska at the end there. All right, NBA Shootout 2000. Let's go for ping pong balls again. It's basketball, so they would have cared, unlike hockey. Oh, good. More of this text flying to and from the screen thing. Man, so far they haven't shown me a single camera angle that I would want to play this game from. There we go. I think it was illegal to make a football or basketball game and not advertise it with your motion capture footage. I think you were required by law.
Possible shot.
It's funny, I'm pretty sure I saw like a quick flash of Charles Barkley in there as a playable character. A man who used to play basketball. Now I feel like he's known for everything other than that. Yeah, I played a lot of this game's demo. They're fun games. They don't have like the level of control that you want, really. Like, they are very arcadey, and some of the short game stuff can feel a little annoying, but overall, like, not a whole lot to complain about, really. Like, they have a lot of fun personality to them, and most importantly, they move. Like, they move along. Like, they keep, like, there's not a lot of downtime, which is the other thing that I liked about the Tiger Woods games. That they kept moving along at a steady clip. You just get on with the next one. All right, what's in the imports? Oh, wow, Remote Control Dandy is on here. Okay, we got to finish with a demo of this. Okay. Right leg, wow, the right leg and left leg are on two different controls. This is going to go so poorly. I think this is one of the coolest concepts for a game, with one of the most insane like executions of it. And the fact that they went and did it again on the PS2 and added like this is, oh, Jesus Christ. So yeah, so this is like the precursor to the game that the Game Grumps played with Nanao, with Grandma, with the girl who every building she cares about just immediately gets destroyed. So fucking funny. Oh man, this is all gonna be untranslated. I can't advance the text. Is it a controller type issue? It's usually what it is. Let's just go digital. There we go. Doesn't know what to do with analog sticks, apparently. I also don't know why DuckStation doesn't have like just straight up support for DualShock mode. All right, so we get some anime. As always, the child must be in control of the giant fucking robot. this immediately it kicks ass. It's fucking amazing. Okay, use R1 and L1 to make this thing fucking walk. Here we go. R1, L1, R1. Oh, wow, you can... So, like, the longer you hold it down, the bigger the step it takes. Okay. R1 and R2 and L1 and R2. Oh, God. Press them together. Okay, so you press them together to turn. Okay. Well, this is a lot of information that we can't read. Let's hope it was nothing important. Okay, so now we're in operator mode, so we can change our point of view. The sound design is awesome. Okay, so we can tilt. And then circle and square our fists. Oh, man. This is... Okay. And then you can do like tap the D-pad and the attack button to do like a haymaker. We're getting like the whole tutorial level. I figured there would have been more like a drop you right into the action kind of approach here. Oh, okay. I'm getting yelled at and I don't know why. I think because I'm going to make it step on myself. Just trying to turn them around. We'll just get them moving, just get them turned. All right, we got there. R1, L1 together. Oh. Okay, clearly I need to get closer in order to see how that thing actually works. Well, we're not gonna get the chance. All right, we're gonna get a fight here. Thank God. Thank God. I'm guessing there's music in the full game, but I gotta say, I kinda love that it's just in silence for this demo. It makes it feel like so like cinematic. Stand by. Stand by. One moment, please. The sense of scale is really fantastic, like, for this generation. Get fucked. Let's use Hyper Fist. Yeah. Yeah! Fucking got him. Can we get him again? We get him with fist number 2. Guys, I think this game has to go on the backlog. If it's not on there already, this game has got to go on the backlog. We got to see the rest of this. I hope it's been translated by now. There's got to be an English patch for this. Surely I've already downloaded it if it exists. If it isn't, then that is crazy disappointing, but we will correct that. We will. You better believe I'll be refreshing every page I know of to look for that kind of information until it is true. Well, there you go. A hell of a demo to go out on. And that is 100% the kind of thing that if I had had the chance to play that as a kid, I absolutely, 1, probably would have never figured out the controls, and 2, would have been like Jumping Flash and not medieval, but like Jumping Flash and like other games where as soon as I got a job, I would have been on eBay looking for a copy of that. So banger of a finish. PlayStation Underground, you pulled it out for the holiday season. I'm going to actually look very quickly here. Yeah, because I have the ROM for this. It is an English patch. Great. Okay. Good. That is not the last time you will see remote control Dendy on this stream. I guarantee you. I'm just gonna go to the backlog right now and type in remote control Dendy. And we're just gonna pop that on there. So here we go. Yeah, so rad. So like what is it? Robot Alchemic Drive, I think is the name of the PS2 one. So I mean, yeah, so it's basically just like it's the precursor to that game. But I would love to see like just how crazy does the PS1 get with that concept, because that's kind of a crazy thing to present on a system like that. The PS2 has, was definitely like more like up to the task out of the box, which in a way makes it less interesting. I want to see how do they communicate this kind of action on a even larger scale as that game goes on. So someday before too long, we will see more of that game. As far as this week goes, however, I would like for 2 things to happen. I would like to start our playthrough of Dino Crisis, and I would like to wrap up VR missions. Dino Crisis, if we're going to start Dino Crisis, it has to happen Thursday night. Because tomorrow I'm going to the convention. I'm going to be walking around a lot, and I'm just going to want to just come home and just like crash. And then Friday is the aforementioned company party, so that night has been taken. So I think it needs to happen on Thursday. So that is the current plan, and hopefully things work out okay where that will work. Again, with this week being what it is, things are kind of up in the air, and we'll see what happens. But then I am going into a 3-day weekend. Hooray. So I will be doing more work on some side stuff, getting a few things wrapped up and taken care of. But either Sunday or Monday will be the VR missions stream. So look forward to that. The current plan is to try to play straight through all the way to the end. I know that that's a tall order, given how the first round went. I am a little more confident, but again, if we're going for like perfect completion on that game, it's probably going to take me a while. So we will see. If it doesn't happen in a single stream, you know, we'll kind of reevaluate from there and kind of see what makes the most sense. But you know, whatever. It is what it is. This is all for fun anyway. What I don't want to do is I don't want to get locked into a weird pattern where I'm stuck with both Dino Crisis and VR missions on my plate simultaneously, and now I can't really make a lot of progress in either one of them because I'm struggling to figure out where to squeeze in all the scheduling. So so fingers crossed, after this weekend we will have VR missions wrapped up. But before then, yeah, I will shoot for Thursday to begin our playthrough of Dino Crisis, which as far as I can tell, I think is actually a fairly short game. I think it's actually shorter than like original Resident Evil is. So shouldn't be too crazy of a task to do. It's definitely a faster game in the moment to moment by far. So look forward to that. We're going to get back into the horror, back into the long play games, back into some fixed camera angles, and back into just some good old fashioned retro goodness. So I will see you guys then. I think I'm just going to crash out tonight. I have gotten super duper fucking sleepy over the course of this stream. And I just want to call it a night. So, yeah. As always, there's the Discord. There's sometimes Blue Sky. So even now, even less frequently on Instagram do I ever post like stream announcement stuff. Usually I'm mostly sharing clips there now. But you know, those are the usual places you can find out when things are happening. There's a lot of fun music talk in the Discord right now. We're kind of going through a bit of a 90s phase. Just getting reminded of a bunch of songs that exist. So if you're into that kind of stuff, if you're nostalgia headed, that's the place to go hang out with like-minded individuals. Thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. Another successful demo disc dive is in the books, and we will continue these probably a week from now. But between now and then, have a wonderful evening, a great tomorrow, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Adios.